Hi everyone, I'm Ryan. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to make some more progress on the engine for Sid the Scrambler. End of the last upload, I realised I was missing the clutch lifter rod. I've been shopping, I've got one of those and an oil dipstick so I can continue with the build of this engine. The more I'm thinking about it, the more convinced I am I've got to try and remove this barrel so it's firmly stuck. But if I don't remove it, I think I'm going to have problems with an oil leak, so I'll explain that in a minute. Also been shopping for the Super Dream, the other bike. Managed to get some reflectors and cable guides. So I'm going to get that fitted. And I'm just waiting for some paint to harden on that before I can get back on the decals. So that probably be a different video. But anyway, I'm going to concentrate on this for now and see if we can just move forward slowly. Okay, so case off and one lifter rod. So I think that's what I've been waiting for, which that looks good. I guess it just sits in there. There we go. So there's lifter rod installed and you can just see it. Push it up and down. Perfect. Okay, good. So now, I'll just make sure this surface is all cleaned up and then I can actually assemble it with a gasket, bolt it up properly, and then I think that should be this side of the engine complete for now. So I've just put the cover back in place. Nothing's torqued up yet, so it's all just done up sort of finger tight. But that's in place, and the important thing is, do I now appear to have a clutch? So that's clearly just free movement. But can I? Yes. That feels like a working clutch to me. There's movement, it's stiff, you'd expect it to be, but I can feel that. It feels like it's engaging. Cool. So I'll torque that up in a minute and then I'm going to turn my attention back to this barrel and see if I can find something to prise it off with. I don't want to damage it, but I do want it off. And it's been stubborn. Okay. So before I get into what I'm trying to do, let's get into why I'm trying to do it. So I removed these head bolts, and on the front of this engine there is a passageway that runs inside here that serves no purpose and needs to be blocked up to prevent oil from just coming out this hole here, rising up from the case. And on Honda, when they built this model year, they blocked it with a head bolt that had rubber around the base of it. Now when I removed that bolt, it came out without rubber, and I think that the rubber that should have been is probably degraded and still deep down inside there somewhere. So if I just do it back up with the bolt, I don't think it's going to seal. Therefore I have to block off that passageway. And I think the best way to do that is to take this off. It also allows me to check the condition of the piston rings, which I'd like to do, make sure they're free as well. So all in all, I want this off. But it's just, I'm going to get it on the floor, see if I can prise it gently. Don't know, not sure how I'm going to get on with this. Okay, I've been shopping. Now I need to be really careful with this and try and pick some points whereby I'm not levering against the fins. But honestly, in my initial careful tests, I'll get some light, don't seem to be showing any sign of movement. So I guess I need some blocks of wood, levers, There's some little ridges on this side, just under, which are lower than the fins. Of course, I've got to be careful not to damage the case as well. Come on. Something that's only held on by friction now, and it shows how it doesn't want to relinquish its grip. There's a little tiny ridge there, but not enough to get the fibre on. Okay. I'm running out of ideas again. Let's try looking upwards. Let's just distort fluid. There must be a way of getting upward force on this. What is it? What am I missing? I've tried pry bars. I've tried putting things like wrenches under there and trying to lever them off that way. And I've tried pry bars. I don't want to break the fins. I don't want to damage the block. And it is not releasing. One of you is going to say heat. I've tried that before, didn't appear to make any difference. There's no reason I can't try it again, I guess. But it's like, come on. Let's try some more heat. I haven't done it in this configuration before. I haven't done it in conjunction with a pry bar before. So it's got to be worth a go. Try to just concentrate the heat around exactly where the gasket is. Maybe if it gets hot enough it will just soften. That's probably highly optimistic. I mean, the whole thing is designed to dissipate heat. So I suspect this is probably achieving next to nothing, but if I just concentrate on this corner, trying to get this joint as hot as I can, and then I'll try giving it a whack through the wood so I don't damage it again. I mean, it's clearly dissipating the heat because no matter what I'm doing, it's not getting red hot. But then it wouldn't be, would it? Not with those cooling fins everywhere. It's doing precisely what it's designed to do, which doesn't help me. Just give it another second or two. Getting steam, smoke, something's getting hot. I can only hope that's the gasket. can hear something popping, fizzing. Nothing. Not a dicky bud. No sign of movement there. Oh, come on. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Come on, experience, guys. What would you do next? I'm running out of ideas. Well, good and bad news. The bad news is I continued to get frustrated trying to use the wooden block, and then I've actually managed to damage some fins. So that was frustrating as hell. But the good news is I have persisted and persisted, and I took a flat blade screwdriver, put it in the gap here, go away bikes, and then used a ratchet on the top of it to twist the screwdriver, and if you can see that, there is now movement. I've broken the seal. So I won. Partial loss there, but I still won. Okay, let's get it off. Okay, here we go. Come on. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come. It's off. I thought that lifted through. Does that not lift through? No. Okay. I need to take this off. Ah. Okay. And here we can see that rubber gasket on the base. Absolutely firmly stuck to the case. Alright, well, slight cosmetic damage to that corner, but nothing that won't stop it being perfectly serviceable. Cool. Now let's have a look at what condition these piston rings were in. Mostly free. Apart from the top one. Okay, so two of the rings have got movement, the top one's stuck. But that'll do for now. Next thing I need to do is get all this gasket off of here and then reveal those channels that need sealing up. There they are. There they are. Under here and under here. So that little tiny channel there, that needs to be blocked because that allows oil directly out from and into this channel here, which runs straight out through the holes. Comes up in there, up the hole, and then straight out of here. Okay, right, good. Well, I've cleaned those up, and now, if you can see that, all three rings are turning perfectly and freely on both sides. So I actually haven't removed them, which I know is a shortcut, but they felt so good and tight that I think as long as I can check the condition and the rings are all free, I'm going to try putting it together as is, and we'll compression test it and we'll see how we get on. If I don't need to take it all apart, if I don't need new rings, then I won't buy them. I mean, it's only going on the Scrambler anyway, but no, that feels good to me. I'm happy that can be put back together once I've cleaned up the base of the head. Right, well, as I continue to clean up this head, I must say the barrels feel perfectly smooth, no lips on them whatsoever. I've managed to get the base gasket off, which came off like that. I mean, so I'm not surprised that was completely stuck down. However, the head gasket came off in one piece, and that looks like something that should clean up perfectly well. So I said there's no lip on that whatsoever, absolutely nothing. This engine just feels to me like it hasn't had a particularly hard life, even though it was sold to me as non-working. So I think I'm going to keep cleaning up this, and then once it's all ready, I think we can go for a reassembly. Okay, let's just continue getting these ready. So I don't know if you can see that. It looks really nice, but if anything, possibly just a little too smooth. So I think what I'm going to do is just quickly use these rehoning stones and just see if I can quickly reintroduce a little bit of cross hatching onto it. I don't think this takes long. Let's have a look now. There we go. Now if you can see that, it's a nice cross hatching up and down. I think that'll do. Okay, I need to remember when I start assembling it. So I've got these two little channels in there that I'm going to block up. I'm just going to do that with some sealant to make sure that they can't cause me a problem. But also I need to remember to put these two little gaskets, one around the base of each cylinder, and then the gasket itself, which actually goes that way around, so that these little tiny chambers there and there are within this recess. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's finish the cleanup, seal those two, and then try and get it back on the block. Let's see how this goes. Okay, that's right. That's okay. Just have my thumb on the gasket. On the sealant. Right. Both looking good. Okay. So that is now wanting to go down level. It just needs gentle encouragement past each ring. There we go. That one's gone on. That one's on. Keep it level. Yeah. Now we're right on the oil control rings both sides. So if I can try. Partially. Level it up. That's it. That's it. Okay. Nearly. That looks like it's on over all the rings. Looks like it's on over both the rings. Everything else in place? Yep. Go on. Oops. Come on. There we go. Now just square it up. She's on. Whew. Yeah. Both top dead centre. And both have a bomb again. Cool. Okay, we're pushing ahead. I've bolted the chain tensioner back in place. I've got these dowels going there, which need a replacement. Whatever these are, O-rings. One goes there. One goes on there. So they're in place and ready. Do I need two more going here? Is that right? And the two at this end sit in there, but they don't have oil seals. Okay. So I think next I put. Trying to think of a sequence. Do I attach this, then the head? Although to be fair, I haven't actually checked all the valves and everything on the head yet. So, sensibly, that is as far as I can go now. Yep. I'm going to call it quits there for tonight. We'll work on the head again next. Well, as I wrap this up, I just need to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to everybody who has been helping, commenting and subscribing to this channel. because the recording of this video has happened after I published the previous video of me struggling with the decals on the fuel tank of the Super Dream, and your suggestions are most welcome that I should have used soapy water to have helped guide and smoothen the sticker down. I clearly made that job much harder for myself than I should have done, but honestly the thought of putting soapy water underneath a sticker sounded counterintuitive to me. So it's only your knowledge and guidance that has shown me that I was clearly wrong to do it dry. On that context, I haven't yet put them on the back. This is the tail cowling that was in primer last time you've seen it. It's now painted, it's lacquered, it's just hardening, and as soon as I'm confident this is hard enough, I'll be back on the decals of the Super Dream. So with that said, thank you very much. Please do like and subscribe. I'm getting ever closer towards that 1,000 subscriber milestone. Slowed down a bit, so if you are watching this and you're not subscribed, please just click that button. It's free, it doesn't commit you to anything, and it would really help me out. But for now, I'm going to say thank you very much, goodbye, and I'll see you again soon.